how that happened. The thing wasn't loose.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on the LI Sports Network, getting ready for an Empire matchup between the visiting Fordham Rams and the home Columbia University Lions. Travis Quigley here, going to take you through the call of tonight's action. Gabe Curry operating the board, running the camera for us tonight, producing things right now while I'm down at ice level. Fordham, 4-game winning streak entering tonight's game, 9-2 on the season. It's been a really successful first semester for the Rams. They want to keep rolling, walking into World Ice Arena tonight. Columbia, on the other hand, have won 3 out of their last 4 matchups, and now they want to start a winning streak of their own, back to 500 on the season after the earliest success winning the Ivy League tournament back in September. Warm-ups about to conclude here at the World Ice Arena. Stick with us here on the LI Sports Network. We're going to get right into the national anthem and then the opening face-off of tonight's game. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are live. No anthem tonight. We're getting right into the hockey. Travis Quigley here taking you through the call. Gabe Takuri on the camera. Columbia University Lions, Fordham University Rams. Here we go. It's Columbia who win the opening faceoff. They're wearing the home white uniforms tonight with the Columbia and navy blue trim. Stripes on those as well. Fordham going to be wearing their maroon uniforms tonight with the white stripes, white Fordham draped across in script letters as Avazov cuts the line, gets it sticked away, and now racing out is Anthony Culp. Lost it to Ronan Robinson right in front of the Columbia bench. It's dished across to Murray. Murray drops it off to Avazov, who looks to backhand it in. It's slowed up and thrown across ice, shoveled into the middle, delayed offside here on the Rams. They'll have to tag up and get it on the forecheck as back to collect is Venable. Venable puts it off the glass, is slowed down, looks to recollect, pass into the high slot as Fordham forced a turnover. Bull makes the initial save. Avazov collects the rebound and spins a pass out of the zone. Missed the stick of Lerner. Haslam over the line, dishes, glove save by Frank Bull. Rams keep possession. That one goes off a stick and into the corner. Fordham looking to continue battling for it. Instead, it's taken away by Columbia out of the zone. Dumped in by Nick Sloan after receiving the pass from Tommy Huh. Turnover 4. Sloan in front. Save made. Gets his own rebound. Lost in the skates. Huh on the backhand. And it's stopped up by tonight's starting netminder for the Rams, Dan Gertz. Opposite him between the pipes for Columbia is Frank Bowl. Cal Robinson going to line up for the faceoff with Nathan Kichi. Robinson wins it to the boards. It's Sloan. Takes a check from Conception. It's flipped all the way down the ice. Icing coming here as Ronan Robinson wins the foot race. We'll go back and we'll see which side Cal selects for the faceoff. Just a minute 31 gone here in the opening period. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on the LI Sports Network. Some late Friday night hockey here in the ACHA. On the boards out. Stopped up by Huh. Battle continues as Fordham able to jab it out to neutral ice. Ronan Robinson loses the stick, plays the bodies. Going to get called for a tripping penalty here, and Fordham will get the first power play of the night. Ronan goes to collect the twig and will head to the box for 2. Early power play in this game for the Fordham Rams here in the Battle of New York. These two squads have developed a rivalry over the past couple of seasons. Last year they split the series as that one sent all the way down for Columbia. Gertz out to stop it. Haslam will collect. Starts the PK breakout. Skating right down the center of the ice, now onto the near side. Coming in, stopping up, Carmine Patelli. Patelli, 29 points on this season. Hot start here in the first semester, up to the point. That shot off a shin pad into the corner. Patelli throws it across the blue paint, and it comes all the way out to neutral ice. And Avazov just unable to collect possession. A beautiful poke at it by Haslam, knocked it just beyond Avazov's reach. And now it's back with Haslam skating through neutral ice. Drops one off and backhanded in by Carlson. Now settle it down, play it across to Patelli. Patelli back through the seam, and it came off the stick of Carlson behind the net. Daniels settles, moves it to Avazov, and Avazov one-on-one, going to turn it to a 2-on-1 as Lerner joins, and a great stick check from Anthony Culp. Played it to neutral ice, Skatarczyk settles, looking for Avazov, takes the pass, and weaves into the offensive zone, drops it through the skates, now behind the net. Swings it way back to Skatarczyk, D-to-D for Daniels, and Daniels returns it to Drew. His pass taken away by Patelli, who batted out of the air. Bull makes the save and covers it up. Kept that rebound close, 32 seconds remaining on the Fordham Rams power play. Rams win the draw, put it into the corner. Skatarczyk, little chip to Sloan. Sloan looking to clear, pinching down was Danny Kohler. Off to the corner again. Skatarczyk hits Daniels, and Daniels has some room to skate. Puts it off the wall, looking to hit Cal Robinson. It was knocked down instead by Kazat. Daniels takes it back though. Daniels racing in. Stops up on the hash marks at the net. Gertz makes the save. 2 seconds and 1. Ronan Robinson is back. It's 5-on-5. Columbia successfully kill it off. Delayed offside on the stretch pass as Sarajian was just ahead of the puck. And now we get the whistle. Trying to spring for the breakaway there. Entered the zone a bit too early. And now it'll benefit the Columbia Lions as they're going to go all the way down and have an offensive zone draw now. Left of Gertz. One to the boards. Cal Robinson back for Ronan. He blasts it, but it's blocked. Passed out of the zone by Baylor. Ronan Robinson intercepts and skates it right back in. Avoids a check from Baylor, but angling over was the defender, Politano. Comes out of the zone. Sloan backhands it in. Conception settles down. Cross-ice pass. Puck dumped in, Bowl out to play it. Puts it in the far corner. Puck came off a shin pad. Knocked to the ice there was Venable. Rams trying to work their cycle here as it comes all the way around the boards to Cal Robinson. He clears, but the pass jumps over the stick of Huh. Back off the wall, Huh can settle this down, looking to split through two, but lost possession. Huh across. Knocks Baylor off the puck as Venable dumps it in. Cal Robinson F1 hard. Takes the puck away. Body check thrown by Politano. Ronan Robinson there. Drops it back for Avazov. Protecting the puck. Toe drag. Great move, but the shot's blocked. Pops back for Huh. That one off a stick and goes out of play. Little over 5 minutes gone here. First period of play between Columbia and Fordham here in the Battle of New York. We're live at the World Ice Arena. Fordham D-zone draw, go forward, and they are out. 3-on-2 chance here. Slide through pass. Sliding across though, Venable swept it away from Carlson. Carlson back to the point. That shot went wide. Collected on the half wall. Mark Sarajian cycled it deep. Now it comes across to the opposite defender in Saropoulos. Back to him. Saropoulos' shot hit his skate. Kicks hard up the boards. And now it's sent ahead to Avazov by Murray. Avazov into the zone. Drops it for Murray. Murray takes a bump, but put it behind the goal line for Lerner. Lerner out front off the paddle of Gertz. And Murray's shot was blocked. Back to the corner. Lerner's pass was taken away by Vitale. Vitale sends a pass forward to Carlson. Carlson trying to return it, but Ronan Robinson, strong defensively, takes it back. Looking to create some space is Ronan. Enters the O-zone, slides it across. Vitale on the back check took it away, but Murray's there. Holds the zone, pad save. Avazov recovers it. Works back to the point. Trying to find an angle. It's Avazov, stops up. It's forced into the corner, now to Murray. Murray, goal line for Lerner. Lerner trying to go to the middle for Ronan Robinson. It's broken up and sauced out of the zone by Carlson. Now it's a foot race for it. And Culp's there. He shoots. Stopped up by Bowl and goes out of play. We get the whistle there. Great opportunity from Culp. 10 goals on the season, 24 points. Second only behind Carmine Patelli. Those two have been a lethal part of this Fordham offense in the early going of this campaign. Draws one, Daniels on the boards, moves it to Lerner. Lerner was looking for Avazov, but missed his stick, and icing will be called. Draws one back. Shot from the point off the stick of Murray, who was in the lane. Pinching down, holding it in. Off a body, now settling it down is Kohler. Kohler back to the point. That takes a deflection. Bull made the save. Lost his mask. So we'll get a whistle as Avazov was sprung ahead on a breakaway. Unfortunate there for the Lions, but player safety always comes in first. As soon as Bull's helmet came off, that whistle needed to be blown, and the officials were right on top of it, noticed it immediately, and stopped play so Frank can fix his mask. In behind the net, it's Culp. Backhand pass into the slot. Daniels strong on the stick, takes it away. Lerner, stretch pass, hits Avazov. One-on-one now. Avazov drives wide, takes one on goal that Gertz will cover. Left of Dan Gertz here. Nothing game. 12:49 left here in the opening period. Fordham win it. Weak side wrap coming around to Kohler. He gets the puck out. Foot race for it as Daniels is on it with Patelli on his back. Daniels lost an edge, and Patelli possessing the puck from his knees, looking to go to the point. Ends up splitting the two defenders, coming all the way back to the D zone. Gertz looking to go long. Puts it on the tape of Culp. May Lyle right there, pitting Culp on the wall, and the puck is taken away thanks to the pressure from May Lyle. Daniels over the line, just onside is Malter. Daniels shoots, Gertz gloves, and holds it. 12:16 remaining. Fordham looking for a stretch pass, jumps over the stick of both Daniels and Lowe. There'll be an icing called on the Rams. Right of Gertz, Robinson and Kichi still tied up. Now one back for Fordham. Hook comes across, held it in first try. Now it's forced out by Rotondo. D to Robinson, return back, and it's Venable. Moves it up the wall. Trying to redirect it in. It's slowed up at the blue line by Politano. Moves it cross ice. Ronan Robinson settling it down at his own blue. Blue attire, turnover forced by Fordham, thrown on goal. Bull makes the save, rebound off to the corner. Played off the glass, second try, chips off the boards and out, alleviating a little bit of pressure against the Lions. Langen circles back, trying to go long, fanned on the pass. Sloan shot, hits the outside of the net. Sloan and Cal Robinson on the forecheck now as Sebastian Politano will skate up the boards, flip it out to Rotondo. Rotondo driving wide. Robinson trying to use that long twig to poke it away and successfully does. Ronan moves it to Sloan. 2-on-2 on the zone entry. Sloan off a skate. Robinson collects. Backhand try. Hits the outside of the cage. Battle continues off in the near side corner. 2-on-2 as it's pushed up the boards now and out of the zone for the Fordham Rams. Came off a stick, Bull out to play it. Leaves it out for Venable as the Rams will make a wholesale line change with their forwards. 3 off, 3 on. Avazov receives the pass on the breakout, splits through a couple of forecheckers, trying to dangle through, lost it, but scooping it up was Sloan. Gertz just got a piece. Good opportunity. Skutsarsik across to Daniels, hinges it back. Gets the wheels turning. Cuts in, skate to stick. Trying to go outside for a Lerner. Turnover force. 3-on-1 for Fordham. With the puck, Carlson and Daniels with a phenomenal defensive play at his own blue. Dumpin stays shallow and going out front with a pass was Carlson. Unable to get the stick on it was Sarajian, excuse me. Daniels stops up, leading the breakout now with Vitali on him. Stretch pass for Avazov. Stutter step and enters the zone. Drags. What a move. Avazov can't get the shot through. Great poke from Gertz. Back to the point. Daniel's shot hits a stick, goes to the corner. Sent up the wall. Skatarczyk keeps it in first try. Now it's forced out by Mark Sarajian. Drop back for Daniels. He'll wheel. Daniels carries in. What a move. Troy Daniels poke checked away. Avazov shot blocked. Second try. He scores. Opening goal of this game. Who else? Brandon Avazov. 1-0 for the Lions. That's just sticking with it. Initial try from Daniels blocked, Avazov's try blocked, and then the second one for Brandon Avazov that he recovers. Had a wide open net as Gertz lost sight of it after the blocked shot. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Columbia Lions here in the opening frame. Move to Avazov long. Pops in the air, now Avazov into the zone, battling for it. Slides it across, but it's split between Lerner and Murray. Murray trying to backhand it low, intercepted by Patel. He'll skate it out, moves it to Culp. Culp on a stretch. It was just behind the stick of Kohler. Patelli out front, Daniels there, takes it away. Moves it across for Lerner. Lerner now to Avazov. Avazov stops up upon the zone entry, moves it back down low for Murray. Taken away, but Lerner right there to receive it. Lerner spins it into the high slot for Avazov. He'll turn over for Murray, missed the stick. Swatted ahead, and Ronan Robinson unable to hold the line. 8:20 to go here in the first period as it's back with Venable. Hit Ronan Robinson. Culp is right there, though, and Culp, a couple stick lifts, forces the turnover for Fordham. Lerner out in front of the net. It's going to be forced back in behind. Patelli taking it away from his knees to Culp. And there to save the day was Venable. Now finds Lerner. Lerner to Avazov. Avazov solo right now. Drives in with a shot that's punched out by Gertz. Held in. Pushed back into the corner for Avazov. Venable gloves it down. Cross corner to Lerner. Lerner up top. It's Ronan Robinson. He'll walk in a bit. Shot saved by Gertz. Pops back. Venable with a one-timer. Kicks hard off the back wall. Lerner settles it down for Ronan. One-time blast. And Gertz, great job there as he sticks it out of play. 7.5 to go in this opening period. 1-0 for Avazov. Do want to take a look back at that save by Dan Gertz while we have a second here before that opening goal. Beautiful stick work here from Brandon Avazov, but you got to give a lot of credit to Gertz as he kept one off the board here with this poke check. Play continues. It's the Rams who won the D-zone draw. Reset behind their own net. Now a stretch pass. Baylor off to the races with Ronan Robinson. Baylor settles it in front. Frank Bowl paddle and cover. Right of Bowl, one straight back. Shot off the draw, Bowl save, rebound there. Malter got a piece of Baylor's stick, and we got a delayed penalty on Columbia. Racing to the bench is Gertz for an extra skater. Back to the point, shot blocked by May Lyle. Kicks off the back wall, and Ronan Robinson got a touch as the puck is settled down. We get the whistle. Fordham back on the power play here. Malter to the box here. Power play starts. An immediate shot from the point. Stopped up by Bowl. Trying to trap it. He does. Gets the whistle. Great look right away there. Fordham. One back to the point, walking the line, now back right flank. Culp through the seam, settled down, shot goes wide off the stick of Haslam. Center point now, it's Patelli, the captain. Patelli shot blocked. And after taking a redirection, goes underneath the pads of Frank Bull, takes another whistle. Tie up at the dot. Both sides looking to dig it free. It's the Rams who possess. It settled down, moved down the wall to the bumper spot, went right through the skates of Rotondo. Back up at the point. Avazov trying to force it out. Columbia being aggressive. It slid across to Culp. He shoots, save Bull. Rebound. Bull made another stop. Columbia looked to clear. It's Ronan Robinson. He does. Minute 5 left on the power play. Back on the zone entry for Fordham. Pass to the middle. And went under the skate of Avazov to Culp. Culp drives in. Backdoor try. They score! On the power play. Fordham tie it up at 1. Great pass from Culp. Wide open in the slot was Andrew Carlson, who gets his 4th of the campaign and ties this game up at 1 here at the World Ice Arena. Again, goaltender makes a big stop. We saw this with Columbia's first goal. Gertz made a big save. They came back not too long after and got that opening goal for themselves. Now we see it on the other side. Frank Bull makes a big save on the Fordham Rams. They don't give up. They come right back down, and they get the opening goal for themselves to tie it up at 1. Bull wraps it around, jumps over the stick of Sloan. Slap shot from the point is kicked aside by Bull. Pinching in and holding the line was Soropoulos. Daniels skates it out. Cuts in. Daniels looking for a shot, nothing there. Comes all the way back for Skatarczyk at the point. He'll walk, drops it for Cal Robinson. Sloan takes a couple checks as the pass comes to the bumper slot for and now it's settled down. Columbia will go on the power play now. As Soropoulos is going to get called, as it started as a battle out in the slot and ended up going off behind the net. Officials calling Soropoulos here for a cross-check due to that battle between him and Sloan. So a power play here for the Columbia Lions. They're looking to respond with a power play goal of their own, matching what Fordham just did. Fordham able to send it 200 feet to get things going, though. Fordham 1 for 2 on the power play. Again, this is the first opportunity of the night for the Lions. Daniels hits Avazov. Avazov moves it across to Lerner. Lerner on the zone entry. Dropped it off for Skatarczyk, but couldn't enter the zone. Had the timing off as Avazov comes back in on the entry. Batted out of the air. It's going to be called a high stick. .30 seconds gone by here. Penalty to Soropoulos. Lerner and Patelli for the face-off. Lerner wins it to Skatarczyk. Avazov across for Daniels. Daniels and Avazov will switch spots. It's over to Ronan Robinson now. Back for Daniels, center point. Hits Lerner. Lerner to Daniels. Daniels walks. Hits Skatarczyk. Back for Daniels. Winds. One-timer's blocked. Gets it back. Troy evaluates. Hits Lerner. For Troy Daniels. Back to Lerner. Hits Daniels. Skatarczyk now. Behind the net to Avazov. Fends off a check. Slides it to Skatarczyk. Brandon Avazov forced away and wrapped hard out of the zone by Haslam. He'll head off for a line change along with Culp. 2 fresh skaters on for the Rams as Troy Daniels picks it up. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Enters the zone wide. Daniels forced behind the net. Thought about a wraparound. Gets a better angle. Hits Skatarczyk far point. He'll step into a shot that's punched away. Daniels couldn't keep it in. Now Skatarczyk in a foot race and is gonna end up being called for a penalty here. Bobby Rotondo using the wheels and drawing it. Will be 4-on-4 for 21 seconds, and then the Rams will go back on the power play. One back to the point, and the shot immediately stopped by Bowl. Kept that rebound tight, and we'll take another whistle. We'll do the face-off from the same spot here. That's a shot right off the draw from Patelli. Hit the outside of the net. Ronan Robinson looking to wheel. Drops it back for Daniels, who's got plenty of space in front of him. Daniels tucks the shoulder, driving wide. Back for Robinson, one-timer! And Gertz will make the save. Big stop right there from Dan Gertz. Great pass here from Daniels, and Robinson really stepped into that one. Gertz was ready for it, though. Great push out there from the Fordham netminder. Power play now for the Rams. It starts in their own defensive zone. Patelli slides it over to Haslam. Haslam off the boards. Ronan Robinson collects. Clearing attempt, blocked down by Rotondo. He's going to try again. This time flips it over a couple of heads, but Culp able to glove it at the red line. Slides it back to Patelli, who's into the zone with speed. Patelli, defended by both Robinsons. Still with the puck, gets it across. Dish back near side, it's Culp. Trying to go through the seam for Rotondo. It's knocked out of the air, Rotondo settles it. Hits Patelli. Now up top again, Culp, across, left flank. Snapshot on goal, save Bull. Puck is still free. Daniels, a big slap shot, can't clear. Great keep in there from Haslam, plugging up the boards. Rotondo shoots a pad save. Ronan Robinson on the rebound, looks to clear, puts it into his own bench. Faceoff's gonna stay inside. 2:02 to go in the period. Columbia, D-zone face-off, send it 200 feet. 30 seconds before Skatarczyk returns. Circling, Kazat stops behind the net of Gertz. Starts the breakout, moving it to Lowe. Back across, off the twig of Pierce. Couldn't get it into the zone. Sloan takes it away, moves it to Avazov. Couldn't settle the pass down, but did enough to put it into the Fordham end. Circles back out to neutral ice. It's 5-on-5 once more as Columbia. 2 for 3 on the penalty kill tonight. Move to Lerner. Lerner will circle back into his own end. A head fake, trying to create some space from Sarajian. Now to Daniels. Daniels, what a spin move. Cuts in. Beats another defender, now shoots, but it's blocked. Getting in the way of that was Pierce. And now numbers for Fordham. Ronan Robinson trying to hustle back. It's pushed into the zone by Carlson. Carlson collects in the corner. Under a minute to go in this opening period. 2-on-2 battle on the boards. Daniels moves it to Murray. Murray for Avazov, came off his skates, but Murray hustling ahead was able to knock it into the zone, but he's knocked to the ice by Soropoulos. 30 seconds remaining. Soropoulos blocked by Murray. Murray to Avazov. Avazov gets a shot off. Somehow it's stopped by Gertz. The somehow not to the save by Gertz. Somehow Avazov getting that shot off, as the defense was all over him in that situation. Great job by Murray keeping that one in. We'll take a look. You got the stick lift on Avazov. He's stuck with it. Still battling for it. And some extra pushing and shoving at the end as well. Great job defensively from Fordham right there, following that turnover to get back and make it difficult, the scoring opportunity. Avazov back, Venable D to D. Skatarczyk fans on the shot, puts it off the wall. Lerner trying to drop it off. 12 to go. Lerner takes a check, lost the puck, and now it's dished out of the zone. It's Kohler driving wide. Kohler on the toe drag. Venable sticks it away. That shot missed the net. Time expires here in the first. 1-1 the score between Columbia and Fordham. We'll take a look at the first intermission highlights, and we'll get an interview for you in a moment. Take a look. Almost the opening goal is Avazov dangling through. Gertz with a nice poke check there. But just moments later, we do get that opening goal, as after the initial try from Daniels knocked away, Avazov's shot blocked. He recovers it and fires it home to make it a 1-0 hockey game. Now on the power play, here come the Fordham Rams. And again, this was just a nice save right here from Frank Bohl, as it was desperation, reaching out with the twig to make the stop. Later on in that power play, it's Culp again, using his vision and a backdoor pass. And that one did find the back of the net. Andrew Carlson getting his fourth of the campaign. Daniels driving wide, dropping it back. Cal Robinson, Gertz, top of the blue paint. Another big time stop right there. And we'll take another look at a late save from Dan Gertz before we head to the break here. 1-1 after 20 minutes of hockey. Again, stick with us. We got an intermission coming up in just a moment. First intermission, Travis Quigley here with Troy Daniels of the Columbia University Lions. Troy, pretty quick 20 between you guys right there. Back and forth, good pace. Battle of New York, a lot of intensity in that first 20. What did you like out of the group?
I mean, I think we came out pretty hard, and we were able to get up one and keep the pressure on them. It's probably, I'd like a little more 5-on-5 than we got, but I thought we were battling hard. I thought we were moving the puck really well, and we were crossing that pretty good.
You're seeing a lot of the open ice tonight. You're joining the rush, getting yourself involved. You played a very vocal part in Brandon's goal for the squad. What did you see on that rush there?
Yeah, so, I think they were changing. Drew had the puck and kind of hinged it back to me. And when I picked up my head up, I just saw a bunch of ice, so I took it. Luckily, I was able to get, one good move off, lose the puck, but Brandon was right behind me to bury it, so it worked out.
Absolutely worked out. You guys got the lead there, like you said, gave up the goal on the PK. What do you need out of the group out of this next 20 to regain that lead and control most of the momentum in this second period?
I think it's going to come down to, PP and PK. I think there's 4 penalties out there in the first period, and, I doubt it's going to cease. And I think if we can kind of, really start controlling that, that'll be the game.
Troy, thank you so much for the time, man. Let's get back to the room. First intermission, 1-1 right now between the Columbia University Lions and the Fordham University Rams. Travis Quigley here on the call, Gabe Curry up top working the camera. Zamboni on the ice now. Stick with us, about 7 more minutes left in intermission. Second period coming up next here on the LI Sports Network. Second period is a go here on the LI Sports Network. 1-1 the score between Columbia and Fordham. 2-on-1 right away. That goes off the pipe on the wrist shot from Patelli. Fordham keep it in. It's in the corner with Daniels. Daniels curls up the boards and a high flip. Dropping to a knee was Soropoulos. Avazov took it away. Forced back into the zone. Numbers again for the Rams. Working to the middle. Backhand try. Patelli scores. .32 seconds is all Fordham needed. They get a 1-goal lead here at the World Ice Arena. Carmine Patelli, 30th point of this season, 14th goal on the campaign. (2-1) Fordham. They win the draw. They're right back over the line with it. That's played out to the middle. Pass blocked. Rams still battling. Knife to the wall by Huh. Played off into the corner. It's Kohler. Kohler takes a bump from Ronan Robinson. Cal joins the fray, puts it up the boards. Culp back to the point. Kazat fans on it. Cal there and shovels it out of the zone. Jumps over the stick of Huh. Settled down by Haslam. Haslam stops up at the top of the circle. Trying to direct Patelli. Goes long. He redirects it into the zone, so it won't be an icing. Venable fans on it. Recovers. Hits Huh. He does a nice job receiving that pass. Zonky Huh cutting in, forced away. Cal Robinson, backdoor try, they score! Quick response for the Columbia Lions. It's Nick Sloan, and it's 2-2. Cal Robinson stops up in the corner. Sloan's in the perfect spot. Came off the heel of the stick, goes top shelf. Sloan gets his second of the year. Fordham with it. Lions only needed about 50 seconds to respond there as Sloan dumps it right in. Gertz will take it off the logo and hold on to it. Line change here for the Lions with the offensive zone face-off. One back to Avazov. Fakes middle, spins back to the wall. Works into the corner. Inadvertent collision with the official. And it comes out of the zone for the Rams. Ronan Robinson using the long reach, pokes it away, and comes back north with it. Robinson trying to settle it down, goes beneath the goal line, a Lerner. Up top, Venable. Across to Murray. Big kick off the boards as he missed his tape. And a stretch pass out of the zone, but Robinson settles it down. Robinson might be having some trouble with one of his edges as he goes down again. Fordham chip it ahead. Rotondo into the zone. Backhand pass doesn't find a home. Venable looks to move it out of the zone, and it goes right to Avazov. Avazov races ahead solo right now. A backhand toe drag takes it behind the net. Looking into the slot and settled by Lowe. Avazov takes it back. Lowe for Lerner. Lerner across. Great read. Stick in the lane for the defenseman John Langen. And it goes out of play. 2-2 hockey game early in the second. Travis Quigley here on the call. Gabe Takuri on the camera for us. Live on the LI Sports Network. One back to Avazov by Lerner. He drags. Backhander into the slot. Murray's try is covered up by Gertz. Fordham Rams win this face-off. It's in the corner with Pierce. Murray right on it, comes up the wall, taken by Avazov. Low for Lerner. Lerner starts to roll the circle. Avazov, high slot, poked away, but Daniels is there who recovers. His shot rolled up on him, hit the top of the glass. Out front, Gertz with the paddle, goes back to the corner. Saropoulos wheels out, moves it to the middle for Vitali. Vitali into the zone. Daniels takes it away, slides it north. Brandon Avazov weaves into the offensive zone. Drop pass for Lerner. Lerner swinging it back, looking for Murray, and it comes all the way out to the red line. Columbia must reset. Skatarczyk circles, stick lifted, but stays with the puck. Keep it in his own zone. Now starts the break after creating some space. Lost possession. Turnover forced by the Fordham Rams as it's backhanded in by Carlson, who will head off for a line change. Bowl leaves it out for Troy Daniels. Daniels off the boards, hits Avazov. 3-on-2 if Columbia hurry as Avazov cuts across the zone, drops it through the skates, backhand in front. Lerner will settle it down, takes it around, pass blocked, and Gertz will cover. Fordham looking to break it out on a weak side wrap, and the shot is blocked after being held in by Venable. Now a stretch past to Culp. Skates backwards into the zone, looking for Patelli, and the pass was blocked by Venable. It's held in the zone. Push back to the point, walking and shooting, pad save Bull. Rebound pops right to Culp. That's blocked by Ronan Robinson. Moves it ahead for May Lyle. Lyle back for Ronan. who overskated it. It continues to be a 50-50 battle at neutral ice before settling it down. Danny Kohler moves it to the outside. Haslam dangling through the middle. Robinson sweeps across and knocks it away. Cycled around to Patelli. The captain starts to roll up top, curls back down low. Over to Culp. Culp trying to go quickly, backhand, forehand, and overhandled it. Ronan Robinson can skate this out now. Over the line, his shot's blocked. Backhand saucer pass to Culp. Culp skates in. Patelli, drop pass, received, turning and firing, but missing was Kohler. Back at the point, little head fake. Now a shot that hits a skate, and back to the corner. Malter will look to break things out. Fires it down. Going to be an icing called on the Lions here. Two-two hockey game here at the World Ice Arena. It's the Battle of New York City between Fordham and Columbia. Malter and Baylor for the draw. Malter wins it back. Fordham all over it on this forecheck though. Swung down low. Pugliese defended by Ronan Robinson. Ronan takes possession of the puck now. Will post up behind his own net. Looking to set up on the breakout here. Trying to go for the high flip. It's gloved down by Baylor, who keeps it in the zone. Puts it on goal. Bowl lost sight of it after making the save. It's collected, put off the wall, not out by Venable. Shot cross corner. Ronan Robinson going to try to skate it out now. Slides it across to top zone Liang. Liang, he overskates it, takes a big check as Malter backhands it in. Puck dumped right in on Bowl, and Bowl's going to leave it out for Ronan Robinson to collect. Baylor on the forecheck. Venable to Sloan. Sloan through the middle. Cal Robinson pokes it out. It's back with Sloan, who's racing into the zone. Sloan chips it past Conception, ends up behind the net. Cal Robinson there from his knees to went through his skates, but Daniels pinching in, lost it. Great defense played by Kichi. Now Kichi trying to catch up to this as he takes a check from Skatarczyk, pitching it into the zone. Rotondo takes a hit from Sloan, and Fordham are going to go on the power play once again. 3 power play opportunities in the first period. This will be their 4th of the game now as Sloan heads to the box. It's a 2-minute boarding call here. Power play begins, going off into the far corner, pops into the slot, now back to the point. Patelli thought about a slap shot, but Lerner got in the lane. Skatarczyk, big hit thrown in the corner. Puck back up to the point. Haslam will start to walk for Patelli. Ends up splitting Patelli and Culp. Culp takes it off the wall. Moves it over to Carlson, who goes back up for Haslam. Haslam back down the boards. Carlson looking for an outlet, nothing there, so cycles deep. Rotondo engaged in battle, and now Daniels looking to clear. Culp got across. Daniels tries to send it long. He does, hits Avazov. Now Avazov and Lerner shorthanded. Avazov to Lerner, tries to knock it out of the air. And Fordham take it right back. They clear the zone. Nobody there to receive the pass. Daniels stretch pass, it's Avazov in. One-on-one chance, knifed away. The wheel back to neutral ice, protecting the puck. We'll flip it in now, settled by Culp. Culp fans on it as Avazov continues to apply pressure. 50 seconds left on Sloan's penalty. Lerner trying to get the angle right there on Haslam, who wheels and dumps it in. Daniels, a stick lift, and fires it 200 feet. Phenomenal job from the Columbia defender there. Gertz plays it to Culp. Culp looking to go long as Fordham in the midst of a line change, icing to be called as Daniels won that foot race. And pretty close to getting called for too many skaters on the ice in the process, too. Right out of the zone come the Rams. 3-on-2 chance. Pass to the middle. Now hooked back to the point for Culp. Culp finds a lane. Bowl makes the save. Tie up at the dot, and that allows Ronan Robinson to swoop in and collect. Sloan comes out of the box. We go back to 5-on-5 hockey as Columbia successfully kill off the penalty once again. They're 75% on the penalty kill tonight. The lone blemish back in the first period. Cal Robinson puts it on goal, and Gertz takes the whistle. Comes back behind the net. Columbia looking to get on it here. It's to Robinson. Ronan to Cal. Cal with the shot. Kicked away by Gertz. The right pad save. Chipped out. Ronan dropped it to Cal. Swings it back to Venable. Redirected in by Sloan. Gets on the attack as Conception gets the puck. Sends it up the wall. Cal trying to break it up. Ronan unable to keep it in. Potential 2-on-1 brewing as Rotondo with the puck. Settles it down. One hand blocking the pass there. Rotondo recovers. Puts it back in front. Bowl will cover. Fordham possessed. Carlson out front. Redirected. Bowl trying to find it. He does. Gets another whistle. Dangerous opportunity there for the Fordham Rams. Right as we approach the halfway point of this hockey game. Still tied up 2-2 here at the World Ice. Right down the road from Citi Field, Arthur Ashe. Soon to be at the Ad Park. As the dump in took a deflection off Vitali. Bowl again is just going to take the whistle. Didn't want to take any chances with that one. Bowl came into tonight with a .425 goals against average, a .913 save percentage. Gertz on the opposite side, a .317 with a .912. Shot from the wall that hit a body. Skips to the half boards. Sarajian low for Vitali. Out of the point. Saropoulos couldn't find a lane. It went off the stick of Avazov. Took a big kick off the backboards. It is played out of the zone by Venable. Dump back in, delayed offside. Fordham must tag. This will allow Ronan Robinson to scoop up the puck and lead the rush. Ronan, head fake at neutral ice. Drops it for Lerner. Lerner to Avazov. Avazov's shot didn't get through. Lerner collects. Back for Ronan, one-time try. Gertz pushes out, makes the save. Said that a couple of times tonight. He's gotten his angles perfect. Dan Gertz playing well for Fordham here in this one. Draw one, and Haslam wheels the net. Great job here from the Rams defenseman, going coast to coast, just swept away by Skatarczyk as Haslam was threatening there. Push back ahead for Patelli, trying to poke it in. Daniels settling. Daniels, he'll cut through and skate it out. Daniels' shot hits the glass. Gastelum there in the corner, back into the slot, but Daniels was trying to return to his post. Pass gets behind Daniels. Patelli, beautiful reception of it. And Bowl makes the save, keeps it tied up at 2. Great speed and hands from the captain, Carmine Patelli. But Frank Bowl there to keep the door shut. Columbia clear. Kazat wraps it right back in. Kohler possessing, goes opposite point with it. Haslam shoots. That redirected by Patelli, collects the rebound. To Culp now. Culp, backdoor try, hits the bar, doesn't go. Play continues, it's batted down now. It's being called a goal. Fordham gonna go up 3-2 here. Let's take another look at this one. Tough to tell from this angle. .3-2 for Fordham. Under 8 minutes to go now in the second period. Big time goal right there for the Rams. Daniels. Ton of speed. Great poke right at the blue line by Politano. Back ahead, Patelli. Patelli drags, shoots. Bull makes the stop. Take another look at the go-ahead goal. See if it's difficult to tell from this angle. High flip comes out of the zone, swatted back ahead by Pierce. Lions dump it back deep. Pierce settles, goes D to D. Venable able to clear. Murray is able to get it out on that second effort. Baylor chips it right back in though. He's got numbers driving the net. He's got Pugliese, gets it over. Ronan Robinson doing just enough to break it up. And now Lerner swoops in, collects the biscuit. Slides it over to Avazov. Avazov, outside in, drops it outside. Murray hits the glass. Lerner back in front. Avazov shot denied by Gertz. Now it's Lerner back behind the net. Into the slot for Murray. He goes wide. Robinson hits the outside of the cage. Popping in, blocker save Gertz. It was Venable who let that one go. Cleared out by the Rams. Potential for an icing. And it's waved off as Bowl comes out of the net to play it. He's looking to go long, hits Lerner. Lerner to Avazov, 3-on-2 rush. Avazov keeps the puck on the stick, spinning to the corner. Has 2 defenders on him. Pinned up against the wall with 6:10 to go in the second. Puck comes free and it's the Rams who possess. Luke Lowe to the middle, Kazat, 3-on-2 for Fordham now. Kazat on the backhand, redirected, stopped by Bowl. They've still got numbers in the O-zone here. Backdoor pass, one-time try. Bowl, another save on Kazat. Puts it up to the point. Low, goes wide. Kazat settles at the hash marks. He'll fire, save, rebounds blocked. And Avazov scoops the puck. Numbers for Columbia. Brandon Avazov driving in with it. Shoot short side. Nothing but glass there. Kazat, 4-on-2 now. He shoots it. Bowl fights it off. 5:15 to go. Dish to Lerner, moves it to Avazov. He'll cut in 2 against 3 and lost the handle of it. Rams take it right back. Pushed outside, Low, cuts into the middle, still with the puck, and a chance. Shot took a deflection, hit the stick of Rotondo. Rotondo's there, takes it away from Daniels, moves it to the slot. Sloan will clear. Icing coming here. Crowd here supporting Fordham, getting loud as they've strung together a couple of big shifts in a row. Looking ahead into the break, up a goal. 3-2 the score here at the World Ice. They win the draw back. It's the Rams from the point. Not sure Bull saw that one as it went wide. Still possessed behind the net. Carlson up top. Conception back down the boards where it came from. Vitale there, skate to stick, gets it around Daniels. Low to Carlson. Carlson for Vitale. Knocked off the puck by Skatarczyk, moves it ahead for It takes a big hit from Conception, but he's able to clear the zone, taking the hit to make the play there. Daniels jumps the pass. Nice move on the zone entry. Just knocked off the stick. Thrown all the way down. Icing's waved off here. Skatarczyk's there with 2 Rams on him. Rims it around for Daniels. Daniels stops up, looking to weave to the middle of the ice, but couldn't settle the bouncing puck. Lifts the stick of Carlson. That allows Vitale to come in, get the puck, he scores! Vitale pops the bottle. And it's a 2-goal lead now for the Rams. Bad angle, and Vitale goes short side, send Bowles bottle flying. 4-2 lead now for Fordham. Vitale with his second of the campaign. Fordham back into the O zone. It's Patelli who scoops it. Ronan on a poke check, but Patelli will recover. Out of the corner. Walking, trying to get a shot. Ronan Robinson kicks it ahead to Avazov. Avazov cuts in with Robinson driving. Drags and shoots. It's blocked. Murray collects, drops it back. It's Ronan. In the high slot. Couldn't weave through. Forced out of the zone. Venable now. Across to Murray. Murray hits Avazov. Driving wide. Around Seropoulos to Lerner. Lerner puts it in front. Goes through the blue paint off the skate of Pierce and to the corner. Seropoulos into the O zone. Blue attire. Back for Culp. Taken away by Robinson. Avazov has Lerner. 2-on-1. Lerner with the puck now. Lerner to Avazov. His one-timer didn't get much on it. Fordham right back out. Seropoulos leading the charge. 4-on-2. Outside to Culp. Back across to Patelli. Patelli with the shot. Hit the skate of Culp on that back post. Robinson, turnover forced off the iron for Kohler. Lerner, stretch pass, hits Avazov. Avazov racing in, trying to spin move onto the backhand. Shot goes over the net. A stretch pass, let out of the zone. Right there, Skatarczyk engaged in battle with Kohler. Kohler wins it. possessing the puck in the O zone. Cal Robinson knifed it away, and Zong Ki-ho skates it out. Off the wall for Sloan. Sloan on the stick check. $1:40 to go here in the middle period. 2-on-2 battle. Skating it out is Kazat. Tried going through the middle, and it's turned over. Sloan keeps it in. Pops out. Sloan on the turning shot. Off the stick of Gertz. Popped way in the air and now skated out by Rotondo. Cal Robinson got the angle right and slowed him down at the red. Scooped up and skated in by Haslam. Haslam, low shot for the rebound. Bowl with the save. It's still loose. Turning shot attempt, and Bowl makes another stop there. That time it was on Kichi. Minute 3 left. Tied up in the circle, now pulled out by Carlson, blocked by Skatarczyk. Dropping down to a knee to get in the way. Minute left here in the middle period. 4-2, Fordham out in front. It's possessed behind the net. Daniels knocks it away from Sarajian. And Skatarczyk scoops, hits Brandon Avazov. Brandon into the zone. Couldn't get around Politano. Stopped it up. And is forced out of the zone by Sarajian. Came all the way across to Carlson with numbers. Back Sarajian trying to hook it over. Daniels got in the way. 20 to go. Sarajian to Carlson. Off the side of the net. Scoop back up now into the slot. Avazov with a chance to go here. He's taken down. He's going to draw a penalty. Murray trying to drop it back. Would have had a 2-on-0 break. Instead, could not make the pass. Got tied up in his own skates. And a late power play for Columbia here. 9 seconds left in the second. And the Lions will go on the man advantage. Diving Patelli trying to clear. Avazov just keeps it in. Now it's kicked out, and that'll do it for the rest of the second. 4-2. Fordham in the lead. We'll take a quick look at the second period highlights. Gonna try to get an interview for you as well. Right off the bat, didn't take long. Fordham, an early goal for them to make it a 2-1 hockey game. But Columbia responded quickly. Nick Sloan going to the back door, receives the pass from Cal Robinson. Sloan gets his second of the night. Second of the season, pardon me. And you see this one, as initially didn't think it was a goal. The ref on the ice has a better angle than I do. He called it a goal to make it a 3-2 game. And we'll take a look at the snipe here from Vitali that made it a 4-2 contest. So 4-2 the score. Columbia will come back in the third period with a power play. Again, going to try to get an interview for you here during intermission. Travis Quigley here with Gabe Curry on the LI Sports Network.
keep forgetting to stop recording during the intermission. It's not that big of a deal.
Tarsic drops down and settles it. He'll start to wheel. Moves it to Avazov, settles it down. Avazov to the outside on the backhand. Backdoor try, and Pierce takes it away. Played all the way around. Robinson forces a turnover. Avazov can't get a shot off. Culp wins possession. He'll start to skate now as he has a straight lane up the ice. Across to Patelli, jumped his stick. No icing as he got a piece. Skatarczyk around his own cage. Reverses it back, and nobody's there. Kazat to the slot. Patelli couldn't settle it. Back to Kazat, and it's blocked. Skips across to Lerner, who skates it out. Chris Lerner under the triangle. And we'll wheel back out to neutral ice. 20 seconds left of 4-on-4. Swivels the hips, back in the O-zone. Forced behind the cage, can't get a lane for a shot. Trying to for the point, and Venable can't handle the pass. Off the skates of Ronan Robinson, turnover. Kohler into the zone. Kohler's try, Venable in the way. batted out of the air. Power play now for Fordham to the goal line. Touch back door. Bowl with a big time save right there. Getting post to post in a hurry. Let's take another look. Great opportunity right as that power play begun for the Rams. Pinned on the wall, Sloan clears. Daniels is out of the zone. Pardon me, Daniels out of the box. Columbia's out of the zone. Fordham's back out and into the offensive end. Stick in the lane, Venable, he clears. Travis Quigley here with Gabe to Curry, live on the LI Sports Network. Pass through, pad stop for Bowl. Cal Robinson collects, moves it through the middle off the stick of Sloan. Backhanded back to center ice. Vitale to the middle. Taken away, Skatarczyk. Slides it to Sloan off the skate. Can't settle it down. Chop back down the ice. Venable long, Sloan poking it in. Haslam. Hinge back, Kazat. Venable's trying to stretch it across to Huh. Dumps it in while taking a check from Surajin. Kazat cuts the net. Gets a return pass, continues to drive. Trying to wheel to the middle. Couldn't maintain possession. Out. Past the stick of Cal Robinson. Daniels jumps it. Sends it back down the ice, but a delayed offside. Dish long. It's with Kichi. Stops up, puts it to the corner. Comes together with Skatarczyk. Pass into the high slot. Nobody home but Chris Lerner. And Chris Lerner turning and burning. It's Lerner looking for Avazov. Couldn't find him. Rotondo out with it. 2-on-2 rush. Rotondo. Drop pass. Lerner takes a jab at it. Couldn't clear. A hard rim all the way around the wall. Backhander to Lerner. Columbia out. 3-on-2 to Avazov. In the middle. Moves to the outside. Skatarczyk now. Shoots. Goes wide. Penalty coming up here. Skatarczyk continuing to drive. Gets his own rebound. Off the wall for Avazov. Bull starts going to the bench for Daniels in the high slot. Rolled up on him. Hits the glass. And now settled down. Columbia will go on the power play. 4-2 hockey game, man advantage here for the Lions. 15:25 left in regulation.
Let's go.
Back for Daniels. Daniels to Lerner. Lerner settles it, returns it to Troy. Troy looking for a lane. Robinson, one-time blast, and that goes out of play. Blocked on the way to the net. Daniels across Avazov with the wrist shot that Gertz will deny. And it's sent 200 feet down the sheet. Bowl out to leave it for Daniels. And Patelli is F1. Daniels long to Skatarczyk, stops it in the skates into space for Ronan Robinson. Ronan had it jabbed away by Culp. Off the wall, Seropoulos couldn't clear. Daniels keeps it in. Back low, Skatarczyk into the bumper spot. Robinson hits Avazov. Avazov looking for a lane. Gertz makes another glove stop. by the Rams. Just a minute left here on the power play chance. Daniels leaves it for Lerner, goes back to him. As Patelli got the angle right, knocked him away from it. And Daniels' pass knocked down by Patelli. He recovers though. He'll skate instead this time. Continues into the zone with the puck. Drops it back for Skatarczyk. Now to Lerner. Skatarczyk switches spots with Daniels. Through the seam, glove down, Lerner. Gertz with the save. Not easy for Lerner to glove that down and then get the shot off. All in one motion. Rams clear once again. Found a lot of success in the face-off circle tonight as Daniels moves it to Skatarczyk. Skatarczyk trying to find a lane to the net. Drops it off to Lerner. Lerner with numbers. Lerner trying to stuff it. It was knocked away by Gertz. Ronan's pass was blocked down. Keeps it in. Gets a shot that Gertz will glove one more time. 8 seconds left on the power play. One back to Daniels. He'll shoot. Hit a stick, comes all the way around. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Another successful kill for Fordham here. Columbia have not been able to get the power play going tonight. Daniels holds it at the line. Lost his stick though. Rotondo skated through him. And a stretch pass. No icing. Foot race was won by Kohler. Daniels back. Oh, to Sloan, comes out. Wrapped in. Jumps the stick of Venable, who's trying to settle it. Moves it middle for Sloan. Sloan avoids a check and continues to go north. Sloan takes it away. Sloan with Cal Robinson there, just missed. What an opportunity. Sloan to Robinson. Had the whole top part of the net. Couldn't get it to go, unfortunately. That shot went wide. Columbia continuing to battle, trying to take possession here. Down 2 goals with 12.5 remaining. Cal Robinson at the top of the circle. Couldn't get much on the knuckle puck. High flip out. Venable. It's Huh. Driving in. Takes a hard check while trying to get a shot off. Held in by Venable. Swings back. Across Skatarczyk. He shoots. Deflected. Kisses the top of the glass and stays in play. Puck glove down on a keep in from Venable. Now it's played out by the Rams. It was Baylor who spun it to neutral ice. Sloan redirects it in. Fordham will collect as Columbia make a line change. Kazat sets up behind the cage, starts the rush now. 11.5 to go. Cuts into the zone and shoots. Parried aside by Bowl. Played into the slot. Bowl quickly, glove on top of it. Face-off one, and Fordham do a nice job taking possession and turning it into another shot on goal that Bowl will cover. Avazov goes down while trying to split through to Lerner. Back to the points. Guitar stick blasted. It got blocked. Takes a big kick off the boards. Back out into the slot, and Vitali. Over now to Sarajian. Looking for a lane. Fans on the attempt. Tarsik takes it back. Columbia slowing things down here. As Tarsik with a spin move in his own zone. Now vacates the zone, weaving through neutral ice. Dangles to the outside, but lost an edge. Hit the boards hard there. Fordham take the puck out. It's collected by Murray. Avazov has to delay going back in. Offside will be called on Columbia here, as Skatarczyk was slow to come back out of the zone after hitting that wall pretty hard. He's back on his feet off to the bench under his own power. One back to Ronan Robinson, puts it off the boards, and Murray skates it in, drops it for Lerner. Lerner trying to cycle it low. Just Fordham doing a phenomenal job there, closing off space. Less than 10 left in regulation. As it's put right on net, Bull has to take the whistle. One back to the point. Pierce to the boards, shoveled in low by Lowe. Pop middle for Daniels. He slides it to Ronan Robinson, who skates it out. Pushed it a bit too far ahead of himself, though, and the Rams take it right back. Rotondo cutting in, shooting. Big stop from Bowl. Taken around the net, and we're gonna have a penalty called here. It's like Rotondo's going to the box. Columbia going back on the power play. Interference call on Rotondo. Got to think the Lions are mentally thinking that they have to capitalize on this man advantage down by 2. And maybe I'm inside the mind of Evan Chang, because he just called a timeout knowing the importance of this power play. 9:28 to go. Down by 2, as I just said. They need a goal here. And the power play has not been clicking for the Lions. So take this timeout opportunity to draw something up and get to work as you try to tie it up on home ice here. Travis Quigley, Gabe Curry here on the LI Sports Network. It's officially Saturday morning. Want to thank you all for sticking with us for some late Friday night hockey. If you're like Gabe, maybe you're headed into NYC for some pizza after this. A 4-2 hockey game. Columbia on the power play after the interference call on Bobby Rotondo. Draw will be to the right of Gertz. Lerner and Patelli for the face-off. Patelli wins it and is fired out by Kazat. Great start here for Fordham. Again, I said it a few minutes ago, but they've done a phenomenal job in the face-off circle tonight. As Daniels moves it to Lerner, he'll cut back. Patelli staying on him hard. Reversed for Daniels, and now moves it to Murray, who's got space to skate. Murray enters the zone, stops up, pinned by Culp. Comes across the clearing attempt right onto the tape of Avazov, who settles it down. Avazov trying to move it to Daniels. Culp stick in the lane, it comes out. Daniels, a quick spin, he's back into the zone for Lerner. Lerner hits Murray, Murray shot, pad save. Ronan Robinson went wide. Avazov back to the point, it comes out of the zone. With Lerner, drops it off and nobody going to get it here. This is going to allow Culp to step up and shovel it back in. Daniels going to look to skate with it now. Troy Daniels in wide, stops up. Back to the point looking for Murray, couldn't settle it. And Columbia have to reset again. Already a minute and a half gone here on this power play, just 30 seconds to go. As Lerner snaps it to Robinson, drops it back for Avazov, trying to cut middle, couldn't keep possession, fire 200 feet. 7:45 left in regulation. As Daniels collects, starts the breakout once again. Trying to snap it long, and nobody home, dumped back down. Rotondo set to return here. Ronan Robinson starts the rush, drops it outside. Avazov takes a check, but gets it back to Robinson, puts it on goal, and Gertz takes the whistle. And Baylor on the face-off. One to Sloan. Sloan trying to get a shot. Pops now to off the shoulder of Gertz. Sloan trying to put it in front. It's blocked. Cal Robinson at the point. Walks to the middle. That one off a stick. Sloan's there to collect. But swiping it away was Langen on a weak side wrap over the stick of Venable out of the zone. And the icing's waved in the process. Cal Robinson with it. Takes a check from two Fordham Rams. Peeled back around to the opposite side. Takes it away, flips it to Sloan, who clears. Venable knocks it down. 4-2, 6:30 to go. Sloan from the red line deflects it in deep. D-to-D pass. Turnover force. Malter back low for Huh. Trying to go to the point with it. Rotondo there to break it up. He clears. Sliding the pass to Kichi. Kichi in with numbers. Kichi stops up. Robinson on the stick check. Conception shot. Friendly fire. Hit Rotondo. Rotondo trying to walk out from behind the net. Stolen from him. Sloan taken away. Slid across, and we'll get a stoppage here as the net came off. No change here for Columbia. Under 6 minutes remaining. Fordham looking to reset here. And now a long pass to Rotondo, chopped it in. Venable settles, plays it back out long. Sloan batted out of the air, skipped the stick of Seropoulos, so no icing. Gertz leaves it for Pierce. Pierce up the boards, Rotondo touch to the middle. Back in the Fordham zone, stopping up and stretching it out was Luke Lowe. Rotondo keeps it in. Puts it to the corner. Foot race with Cal Robinson. Cal's there, reverses it back for Malter. And Malter going to get there in time. Kichi keeps it in deep. Final 5 minutes here at the World Ice Arena. As Robinson was looking for Avazov, had the stick knocked out of the hands. Icing on Columbia. Back to the point. Bull parries it away. Malter looking to clear. One more time, it's back with Malter trying to get it out. Moves it to Cal Robinson. Puts it off the boards. Avazov racing after it with Culp. And they come together for a collision. Broken out by Fordham. Robinson trying to get the angle right here on Kohler, who keeps racing into the zone. Now it's touched up. We're going to have a penalty called here. Avazov thought the penalty was on him. It's on Ronan Robinson, 2 for high sticking. Fordham on the power play here, looking to put this game on ice. Goal here would certainly make the hole pretty deep for Columbia. They've got to kill this one off and get to work 5-on-5. They'll only have about 2 minutes to do it. There's Patelli racing in. Avazov cuts across, trying to take the puck away. He does. Sends it right back on goal. Gertz wants to keep it moving. Puts it to the corner for Haslam, who starts the rush. Haslam into the zone. Takes it around the net. Stops up. Looking to go through this seam. Took a deflection. Patelli stops it up at the blue line. Now to the corner. Cross to the point for Culp. Left flank. Across into the slot. Backdoor try. Patelli couldn't get it onto the forehand. Continues to walk. Looking backdoor for Carlson. Didn't get there. Lerner collects, trying to clear. Cal Robinson unable to get it out. Under a minute left on the penalty to Ronan. Down low, skips the stick of Patelli. Patelli out of the corner. Stops up, goes back door, pad, save for Bowl. And now Lerner looks to skate. Hits Avazov, gets it back. Lerner into the zone, driving wide. Lerner out to the slot, he's knocked to the ice. It'll come all the way back to Venable at the red. Venable thought about going to Daniels, dumped it down instead. 20 seconds left on the Fordham power play. Haslam continues to skate. Pushed it outside for Carlson. Carlson. Daniels picks it, clears. 200 feet down the ice. Ronan's out of the box, 5-on-5 once again. Pierce settles it down. In through the middle, and out comes Sarajian. Venable on a stick check. Goes across to Huh. 2-on-1 chance with Sloan driving the net. The shot short side and high. He missed. Venable steps up. Big hit thrown on Sarajian. Robinson trying to wheel. Dropped it back. Daniels collects. Final 2 minutes now. Avoids the pressure. Hits Sloan. Cross ice pass to Huh. With Robinson going to the net. Huh making move to the middle. And Soropoulos there playing the body, breaking it up. That clearing attempt off the helmet of Sloan. Minute 30 to go. Let's keep our eye on Bowl as he has already made his way to the bench for the extra skater. Avazov in to the slot. Nobody there. Chance for Fordham to get it out. They do. Sarajian settles it down. Over the red line. Takes the shot. And he scores. Sarajian seals it on the shot into the empty net from the red line. And it's 5-2. Fordham gonna pick up the victory here in the Battle of New York. A minute 13 away from extending this win streak to 5. Puck gets fired in by Pierce. Last minute of play here in regulation. 5-2 game. May Lyle comes across, throws a big hit on Baylor. D for Pierce. Pierce goes back across. Snapped long, comes off the stick of Shader. And in comes Pierce. Pierce driving wide on Robinson. Plays it around, Lyle. Drops it back for Cal. Cal sets up behind the net. He'll lead the breakout. Moves it to Malter. Malter outside to Robinson. Ronan over the line, shoots a lot of heat on it, but hit the glass. 15 seconds to go. Davis Chater settling it down, moves it to Pierce with less than 10 now. Cross-ice pass. Pugliese wants one last shot here. 2 seconds and 1. Taken away by the Robinsons, but that's going to do it. Fordham come to the World Ice Arena and win the Battle of New York. They win 5 in a row with this victory and improve their record to 10-2 on the season. 24-25 didn't go the way the Rams wanted it to for them, but 25-26 has started off extremely well for the boys from the Bronx. Columbia, they're going to want to bounce back after this tough loss. They fall to 3-6 now here in the regular season. Again, after picking up the win in the Ivy League tournament, they'll look to bounce back tomorrow against Kutztown. For you Fordham fans that tuned in tonight, I want to thank you all for joining us. Fordham back in action in the Empire against Fairfield. That's December 5th. Again, 5-2 is the final score here on the LI Sports Network. Five-game winning streak for the Rams. Columbia fans, we're back with you guys on December 5th. It'll be the last game of the first semester. Once again, want to thank you all so much for joining us tonight, sticking with us for some late night hockey here. Fordham 5, Columbia 2, the final score. On behalf of Gabe DeCurry, I'm Travis Quigley. Hope you all have a great rest of the night, and we'll see you all next time. December 5th, Columbia versus Kutztown here on the LI Sports Network. Have a great night, everybody.